on this part of the continent. Because the moment I'll be attacking the Niger, no, women so ever fire back. Now already they are forming an alliance. Okay? Again, say ube timikrano I go into someone's territory. You have to ensure say what the sa and no ako the Security Council of the United Nations ama womo agiatum the 15 member states on the UN Security Council no will have to approve through voting any idea. Russia is part of the big five womo constitute the Security Council at the United Nations. The 5 major countries have veto powers to vote against any decision of the Security Council. Now, interestingly, the alliance being created, it is being created among the Sahel countries. Benin is telling you, sir, more attacking, Burkina Faso, I beg your pardon, is telling you, sir, more attacking Niger. We will come in with a full support and support Niger to be able to defend itself. Now, the question is that, what are the consequences? The ECOWAS was in this region when a lot of presidents within the sub-region were changing democracies through their constitutions. In Cote d'Ivoire, it happened. And Hassan Ouattara, we all know the trajectory of events at ACC or Cote d'Ivoire and Sana Ouattara Eba. Now he came to be a president. The constitution of Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast has been changed, and as we speak, still now or so paying Cote d'Ivoire. The ECOWAS was in this country, was in this sub-region. They never saw whatever was happening in Cote d'Ivoire. Now again back home, a lot of people are warning President Akufo-Addo to say, "Sankomo way, he needs not to dare." Do you fear him? In fact, there are many situations and challenges as a country ye face here. Yeni ankasa krado yentime handle ye. If the ECOWAS say womu here troops Ghana should make sure say yen for your troops and ma ECOWAS and womu fam ko Niger. If you risk your military force in Niger, we do so at our own detriment. And the people are saying, say, with all the circumstances and situation are you woman, President Akufo-Addo must not support Tinubu in sending troops to Niger. And no home komono akwakoye nsem. Now we live to see how the event will turn out, because Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger have decided that they will come together. Should any force, external force, decide they say one more best strike it within their territories. And that is what, as we speak this morning, ECOWAS air try say one more beti miyaye. And this decision was arrived at somewhere Thursday, Friday last week. Very interesting times ahead within the sub-region. There are many coups ACC within the West African sub-region cause for concern. Say government across the West African sub-region ebetimi asset up. Na womo ensure say democracy womo babeto at least say womo entimi enye hwe kra emfa improve democracy any governors are you won't say they must ensure say they maintain it the way they came to meet it. Say the coups and everything at least I know betimi abrase kakra na afin, so the people will now begin to have the belief, the trust and the confidence in the respective government across the West African sub-region. And so those are some of the issues a border on international relations when it comes to international customary laws and around the globe, as I say, and maintain peace and order on the continent and then the world at large. Those are things and okay, in some few moments, therefore, ebedi ehon komo na afe yashwe say, what is the way forward? Now, what are some of the measures as a country domestically yebetimi putting in place to ensure say sanse more air kosono and the formation of alliance near their air kosono Ghana as a state, we may not commit ourselves to certain things. Ebia edi oyene ebetimi edi abre in the future, but messages no emra 0550596929 0550567929 what ba your budget na ya can kind ni nyina no e de ama ma me fast da ne bi Emma Grace Gift herbal clinic and pay say utie mi a Grace Gift say men kan cho say yare bi a adane koankro na aye kodana mpacho ase oso ache wo de chinchi ache waya ya enya ade a yare no ase etu a anope de obe nyina no ene say Grace Gift say men kan cho say wo mo atena se anope wo de ba wo mo be hwe ayi yare ni nyina no e de efre so mpacho de wo be ne say obekọ mo aso ye na afe woni omo akodi nkomo Dr. Grace Bodo ebeti o wasopem na watimi aboa e de hahama no bi e de account na timi nso aboa ma oyare no ase etimi etu e de amount mpacho diabetes na how hypertension stroke typhoid fever announce say oyoba awo ho nsem etimi aye den de amount mpacho ko Grace Gift okohwa ubewo afa ho afa oba eno achi wo ye bema prostate how adwen pa anopei de obe nyina ne say obetu anamo na watimi akopie mu ewo Grace Gift herbal clinic udru ho a o say Mr. Speaker say membra pacho wombehwo ama oyare no ase etimi etukra say o kumase ene ne mpatemu a Oshim School Junction eho ana obehu yen ewo eye Barakese Kwantempon so eno achi no oban kran so a ye wo New Achimota Petroleum Estate yene Family Life International School no edi enhwede mu anopay you can speak to us na yene o eni enkobo 0246518003 0246518003 and na face 0543320030 na one eye Grace Gift for any enkomo anope one bejo so adom aboa ama oyare no ase etimi etukra best brain publication for other roman pacho one of the books papa e de abedwaman so ene se utie me na open woman e de ama obano ma obano etimi e de asua de woman wo bekenkai na wo bete niema ase ye dia pacho eyen krata best brain publication for etimi atro ewo bookshop biya mu anope across the country baby a wotimi nka na wo hwe me efri biya no mpacho okwa o se open krata no a best brain publication for ato wo mo ase aye ede aba no wo mo ewo video CDs attached to it obane kan bibi no antiase a eno an se wabo video no ede amano emaniema no eka ni tremu ntem until from the basic level mpacho kindergarten ekwa KG obase open a picture and reading plus coloring books ni nyina no ubenya bi coloring with fun mpacho ni nyina ubenya bi afi opese obano ohu the pronunciation of words the friend of phonetics na mpacho ni nyina no ye wo ho enkrata e wo ho literacy any numeracy ni nyina no ya tro ho enkrata afi obedru eye the basic level of the educational calendar mpacho from primary 1 ekwa kosi 6 ope fanti ope mathematics ope kuapem ope religious and moral education ope history for basic level ni nyina no a obenya bi creative art for the basic school but ni nyina no e ade se ye wo ho enkrata ni bi e wo ho se utie ma no pay na woni nkran ene ne mpatem na mbom no obepese ye be package books no na ye send e de amawa pacho de obe nyina no ene se obe place wo order no na wafre yen ye be ni nyina kama na ye de amount 0507 200200 0507 200200 and our face 0241 520946 0241 520946 na one a best brain publication for any enkomo anope womo ebejo so ama bibia so etimi aye kama pa but just stay true with us. It is only 8 o'clock.
Kessben 92.9 Kessben 92.9 Asidan
Semi besini
Asidan Kwame. Kessben 92.9. Asidan
In just about 12 days, the new Patriotic Party will be going on the poll to ensure, sir, and they, you know, me, I limited the numbers from 10 to 5. Now, I feel one more me, I should say, delegate conference ahead of a year 2024 general election. No, one more to me, a flag bearer. Ye be di eno enkomo anope. But my main kwa homane so na minye juma emra. Durable Helen Ajua Intoso, a year member at the Kratche West constituency, member of parliament, and I think so a member of the 8th Giant. Who are sponsoring the bill on LGBT na yeneno ende enkomo. Mami, I don't pay with him in Kessben. Suni, good morning and pom to say.
Good morning, Major Muso. Mo to say nyamia do me ho ya pa.
Eradia dom yen so ye ho ye pa. Na Kratche East to say I don't pay.
Mpacho Kratche
West, yes, Kratche West boko. Very well. Yeah, that's it. And the kind money so ade hu no ne say as a group more sponsor bill ye ebetimi aboa na afei sebe trumu LGBT mane memma mane ma ware memma ne member ware ne sade mane nyina ye besia no. I believe so last week what the United States ambassador to Ghana no ekaye say investment in our country no we must ensure say LGBT mra ye pese ye pass no we won't do things a bit deprive and a bit deter investors from coming into our country to invest in our trade, in our industry, in creating jobs and every aspect of our economy. Mamitio on this, because it seems we know a bit to be very careful with what you want to do.
Me that's it pa na me chia mo bio na me chia tiefo nyina. Na and someone abasa okay kai no.
92.9.
Oh, enyo omfum so. Enyo omfum so. It's not their fault. You see, when God has blessed a country with so much resources, yewo gold, yewo timber, yewo bauxite, yewo cocoa, na yewo fango, na we still depend on other countries for the country's survival. Na chese enyo omfum so kra. Because if we are able to manage the resources that are at the Ghana, no, anka sans and fu we omokananka omonka. Sabi tafache the okan and fu. Because when we say without their money, we are talking about investment. Investment, you know, say without omotikano, na Ghana entimi entumpo.
Exactly, yes.
Let's say without omotikano. Ghana entering to until I'm saying because you see, this should teach our leaders a lesson. Say, your resources are already there, so that we can be dependent. And another with this slogan say, "Womu yes, if you are on it." Now, or partner say, Ghana tika ye wono, you bet me there, you never be free. But it was just a slogan. A slogan because they are okay nadia omuye no and fata and enso already any. This bill, whether they like it or not, it will be passed. Now omu for omutika na yen say Ghana for sabita fight Ghana for very abuana. Womutika womu so womu de be Ghana. Without omutika na yetumi e manage your resources already dey amaye no. Ye hia omu emu abiara. Because woman ba wura country bi a wɔn start for no ye sika o the resources the omo be fa ko na the omo be ma ye no kitikiti we have done the first reading, we have done the second reading. Wow, ebi atro aba parliament about crosses bi a womo pese yes sir. Entina Mr. Speaker watching ho. Anka the consultation stage, you know, because we know ankoye MPP ni NDC atem. Because we have colleagues on the other side that womo so adhere to mu say bill your party into a law. And the other kind year or Kakafan from Mokeke. Ebebaso Echna. Adia Yamisa Michili dear, Chiwadia dear, we will make sure, we'll stand firm and make sure, say, Yami Achiwadia no, Yama and Koso or Ghana. If you say Womu United States, the part, we could answer Womu Yintumu. And what are they doing? What are they doing about that? Then a Womu de Aya or more Womu to Womu Yintumu. And it's a Ghana, Womu per se. Practices and they cannot force their foreign culture on Ghana. Where it's about Ghanaian family values. Ghanaian family values. Your values in itself. Obani Oba Entuminda. Them money Bema Entuminda. Now the area system pan says, one more woman propagating LGBTQ, no. One more warrior no more kwadao. That's the most disheartening aspect. Would you be a woman so propagate a yipa would you know painting no not or worry or kunu anata or worry our one koda. They wouldn't encourage their children to do that. But they want to encourage other people's children to do that because of security. They are luring our youth into that promising job opportunities because a juma anyhow. If they are promising a juma, one so must set up office beer. Womu ye womu what they say womu kotu amount for who ye womu close down no ya sister woman said baby East Legon now William a time is coming when this bill is passed no we will go after them
very well
because nyapise machiwade and the okay can be any way and obeka can be discourage ye. What we are saying is saying the 8 movers we are saying said I do we know and so we are now the yet then says Muslims are against it, Christians are against it, traditional authorities are against it. And you know, so when we are against it, why are they insisting so much for what they say? Sandiamafuwe among Ghana. You see, some of us were invited to a meeting at a hotel. Na Mofubi and Abagana, and Omayi and Nipami and Sasa Yankoti woman. After women, Yakwaya no, Omubisa said the first thing, Omubisa say affirmative action bill, Akoti, and so we are in the process until our cabinet. The woman is also say the next move, one person propagating is they want to give women right to be the member to me a worry you know and I'm or ban also a right to say one also a bit to me a worry you know and I'm and to what worry I would you know you can go and marry another man. Now so now you decide say make sure me for 1 week now then I'll go to the other person. And that day we give it to them. We gave it to them, papa. Said they should bring this into this country. Wow. And to this, and I will share LGBTQ, not plus, you know. Wow, they had an intention. So plus, and woman be back at home. Until the last minute to Ontario in Canada. Woman said they don't want to leave anyone behind, so they call it inclusion. Inclusion now, as some more can and then not only the way up a home, nobody way up a home, nobody way up a home, nobody way up a home. Well, now what quiet, not what quiet operation, now I know, now I know who Bemba. Nancy, I would say, a thousands of dollars. Why was to son who I am. Nipa Epesica, in Jumapa, there are people who are hungry. sika na or said
yes, but do we blame them for the current circumstances? You say no, as a country, no, say you manage your year. I'm sure, say, Anka baby, a yaba no. These Western countries wouldn't have dictated to us at these circumstances. And your money no, I say they know very well, say, without their provisions, without their grants, their loans, or budget no, annually, ultimate finance and why a capital intensive project. So how come say we are blaming them for the imposition of one more edema say?
Sir, exactly so. I say Michelle Chelmeka say and your move from so. Anna. Tell you Sameka say and your move from so cry. It's not their fault. In a way, say, with all what we have in this country, then we go begging. We go begging. I see from Ankasa. We are not managing our resources. There are some countries that they are one woman They are one woman but they are able to manage. Go to Singapore. Go Singapore for her. They are one woman but go to Singapore and see. Shesenia woman develop our country, even though woman also. But at least we will say yes. They have a vision. But when you have leaders who are clueless, one will say when you find abano the some of the car, not about the snap none the lifestyle assassin, none the thinking of assassin. Because if we go about begging for 3 billion, then we can sit in this country and spend 3 times more than what we are asking for. Ebema, Nansa Sembe Newu. You look at the Auditor General's report. Sika, Ghana, yes, say. Look at Bank of Ghana. One more expenditure, one more travels, car maintenance and guano. Would the bomber a so Sika? Yako IMF say does this make sense? And Obia was showing that me obey me idea. Ewo. A Bank of Ghana and a Ministry of Finance. Wow, near maybe na ye can not almost force away and your policies are some crowd. That is just common sense, and this is out of moral. Say the fear of God. You know, you should be able to do certain things for the people of this country. You know, to get out of this. What is a woman? It doesn't make sense. We have individuals in Ghana who are richer than the government. How come? How come say we be sika bia nipa baako na owo woni fie? Then we are going to IMF stage. Ye sika. Meanwhile, you put all these monies together in political campaign period. Sika yes say Ghana. If you put all these monies together, it's more 100 times more than what we are asking IMF to give Ghana. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And to say Yantanasi as a country, not young taking decisions said, look, enough is enough of we will still be in the situation we find ourselves. And this is what those people will tell us. The idea Ghana for see yempe sikanti na esese wujitum. Idea enye na sikanti esese wujitum. We have to change that mentality. They've got to be serious with God. God cannot be mocked.
Very well.
Whatever you sow is what you reap. And so, what they say, they should think about our youth.
Very
you think that you are in a position now who did that, now with your one Ghana Dachia. Then you don't have to be a leader. A leader should think about the welfare of the people, the welfare of the citizens. You know. If you are not doing so, then you are not fit to be a leader. And you know, one more for Misika. Your baby here, Niama so already, and you will prefer to please God than pleasing man to perish.
Oh, I'm grateful for your time this morning. Thank you so much.
I'm so grateful to you.
Okay.
For calling me. May the good Lord continue to bless you.
Amen. And that is the Honorable Member of Parliament for Kratche West, Helen Ajua in Toso, one of the members of the 8 seeking to sponsor the LGBT bill in Parliament. And no one come more and no pay. Yeah, no at the 16 after 8. I have Kessben. Pacho, my message is nini na no embra. What the bar ya beje na yakin kai at the amount na anope. I'm glad, I'm privileged as well. So, a new dawn is sitting before me in my studio after the launch of campaign. We are just about few days to go into the special delegate conference of the New Patriotic Party, one of the 10 seeking to lead this country for the next generation to also benefit. Engineer Kwame Appiah seeking say in 2024, say NPP mana kwenya Ghana mana kwenya obetumi so ababeye Ghana omampenyi. But me emanache na me mane kwaba. It been a while. Me who knows I say why tight to pa. Engineer, good morning.
Me do so, Mr. Speaker.
Na empomo to say. I've been watching you around after the launch of a campaign, no. My monitor baby na no ana will go so oh yeah. So far so good. Any about to say?
Nyame adom bibia eboko. And say wa wonim say enche bia na ebe super delegate.
Exactly.
And so nipa kakra bi na eto aba. 900 or so.
Okay.
Who decide on the shortlisting of 5 of us out of the 10. Nti eno ho adwumadi ni na me I started my second round of visitations. This one is just targeted directly at those who are part of that special electoral college.
Okay.
Nti I've done so with Greater Accra, which means the constituency chairman and the regional executives. They make up the bulk of the number. And then also I've been to OT, just left Volta region, arrived back. Last night I had an interaction with the 80 international delegates, diaspora for now, almost online conference.
That's nice.
Over 88 attended the conference.
Wow.
It went very well. And then if you had me Simua Western region.
That's right.
And which now no pa many counterparts of Western region be share. Na ewia na mako central region so na me no me share.
Okay.
Groups no know so because you don't talk about the 17 regional executives and the 18 constituency chairman.
Okay.
And then the few founding fathers, and then the members of parliament. Normally members of parliament, they will deal with them in Accra. I've been to see parliament already.
Okay.
Had my discussion with them. So I'm
with
very
the MPs,
confident. With the MPs, yeah.
I see. I see.
I was the first to talk to the MPs.
I see.
Yes.
But so far, no, with all those that you've had engagement with, no, reception, no, how has it been?
It's been remarkable. I've just been listening to the last interview on Kasai.
Okay.
And I'm happy to say everybody is beginning to understand my point of view.
We need a new dawn.
We need a new dawn. After 30 years of democracy in our country, it is time for us to look at our understanding of politics, public service, and governance. So because we cannot continue on this trajectory. In politics, it is the welfare of the ordinary person.
Okay.
And they say DNM kind. Say binye free or mine honey here. Kakrai bit me a dear boy or mine. Nti governments after governments have come. We know where we are. Say baby a big nan. Enya baby a ye nije ho na ye ni so. Niche say yadwene. So my candidature is calculated to prick the conscience of Ghanaians.
Okay.
Not only the politicians. Politicians. Yes, it is the politicians in to Abama also. So they have a bigger responsibility imposed on them to lead by example and do the right things. Na who say Omaino to say the dynamic way.
Yeah.
Economy ni amanyo ni nyina jina nneema mienu. It stands on 2 legs. Because if we are say sika bawo futum ena uyibi edible bra. It's as simple as that. It is revenue against expenditure. Wherever you find yourself. The economists number kicking some words near the they confused Ghana for obi entiasi. They hear say we have to cut our coat according to the size of cloth available to us. To be we say should not live beyond your means. Now, this country, we've been living beyond our means for a long time. We, the political leaders, have to be honest with the Ghanaians and go to them and tell them, say, hey, say, baby, I drone. yentimi continue as de bia kobo bosia dia bedidi wo yo be ma na wo fia enye wo fenye wo deda se chense wo kobo bosia san na obehwe wo yire no ma enti adwuma a wo ye no sika ye de ma wo eno na obehwe so nema bi ese otwa ye fre no cutting expenditure nema ehu hia na ade nyina esi yi free ho wo man mu tie me de se nyina we are beginning to see that as political figures and who say political parties no enye end in itself. It's a vehicle to develop the country. And namoso ni edishishe omaino. Into that stridently divisive politics, achichire yen, say we NDC, Nina NDC for yadi and nyekra is menka, we MPP news are the same thing, menka. Edi omainunya. So we need to build a new core of political leaders. Say, well, President, you cry, you be na nyajuna. That's what Timika. Meka said, Dema was when I made my first major statement in July last year.
Yeah.
Because economy, the baby economy.
Yeah.
President has to intervene.
Yeah.
At that time, MPP for I'm saying, me a Ghanaian first and foremost.
Yeah.
And I want all political leaders to recognize that we are Ghanaians first before we think about where we come from. I mean, I'm a very detribalized politician. Any politician who organizes around tribe, religion, or money, it's not worth his soul.
We'll come to those aspects because the message will be more than number.
And that's what I condemn. And when I'm tough with my message, because I believe in what I'm doing. So, and no cry if it doesn't give you a vote, I know to prick the conscience of Ghanaians. And that's in Bloomberg's app. Papa be buyer. As someone near my or boy, and that's what I want to do, to be the voice of conscience, to advocate for propriety in society. Say, Uba, now be di on my name. And as I come more, I can defona, Usuni o bang, o kasaye, o niye, and then uti reduce. It been mood casati, so Casomia Ghana for Cracassi entity. So, who's to program? And the social media and to be a and them go to me creative television station.
Yeah.
Na words I use to edit the attempt near the because and been I been say one or ya now attacking so opponent and then I'm a good politician. And yeah, it's very bad. And we see it to me near my a man colane which we've got to inspire the youth to want to do politics.
Okay.
Say yeah mani papa organ hano.
Politics
almost so.
Yeah.
Because the territory has been poisoned so much. So, until you here, that you know, politics will be populated with misfits. People who don't have the knowledge, the passion, the dedication to be able to make a positive change to our development. And also the NSA, about Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew, they said a nation should work towards bringing their best human resource materials into politics, not the other way around. So on them, until we need to encourage our best human resources, people with best behavior, into subine character, values, principles. We seem to have been gripped with materialism. Until so be who source of the money. That is something as a political leader,
someone,
I want to discourage.
Someone would say, sir, basically, this is the hard truth.
Yeah.
But the question is that are Ghanaians, beginning with your party,
yes,
are we ready to accept such truth? The are members of parliament in them say this is the way to go.
Yeah.
Ghana for Asia and opinion him say yes, this is the way to go. It's in our civil service, it's in our media, it's in our public service, everywhere you go. But are we ready? Looking at the conscience and the generality of the way we think, Ususu say in your engagement, why you so far, Ghana for are ready to accept the truth, just as you put it, and then to accept say an only way forward. For that reason, we must bring in Kwame Appiah to shape the culture of this country.
What is important is that we have to continue to push the barriers.
Okay.
Some of them, Sean. I don't know what has happened over the last 20 years in this country. Amma and Crawford. I have said it and I want to repeat. You can lead a fulfilled life without being rich.
Okay.
You can use me as an example. Yes, I come to change unjustifiably from 2015. But Nyanko Ponti, me wa dream pa and I have pure motives, affecting me. So that a year friend the spirit of contentment and yankopon di menipa. A very important. As a woman when you saw the nyamidia mao, kakra will be and manage with it. And if you have modesty and moderation in life, when you mre ubiadia, there be no when yaji. Then my friend is a sebio. Abaya, I was say, I me party abay.
Yeah.
I'm senior to 98% of those in government. Pure betum party. But my name Rome and so. And I do things that as Ghanaians, we as the leaders, yes, they should love the values and the principles that you go school no. Say, who show you any mockers? We any papa a lawyer or a banker, where you say education, intellect, ne here than so be wosika.
Exactly.
So on with them, Sean. And so now, media, are you really doing your work as the fourth estate of the realm? You are hero worshiping people without even finding out the source of their wealth. Because I'm ready to do an DHD. So until the society sometimes becomes a reflection of what we do and what we are.
Exactly.
Intermediate. However difficult it is for people to hear, like when I said the president should intervene. At that time, now, Ukra 7 cities are not $2. It could do 17. And the names are down say
11.5,
which is still very, very high. And just all Ghanaians, we've lost money. Whether you are MPP, NDC, even including the president himself. It has depreciated close to 50%. That cannot be healthy for the economy. The MSR political leaders, and that's why I want everybody to be engaged on this. It is not useful to surround yourself with yes men. Yes,
people who always say yes.
Hero worshipping, sycophancy, makanda. It has become an industry in this country. Me ema opposition, and crofo tu di wechi. Ni e boa se kodi boni ko yese we kusi dan ko. Eniema ehu hia. Unyini kakra te se de se manyini kakra ya, me manyini ya. Eto da bi aka no yire nkwa na ofie. You don't even need a big house anymore. What's the point? Oh, and edu baby card okodi we yes say. Ukodi we yes mini urumedro u yes say. So until sikana nipa pi edi echire kukukusa. Yeah, they coin. And those are the values we have to teach the oncoming generation, and they should imbibe those values. And I am obian who say, "Oko abemua me makobi muda." I've been press secretary to President Kufuor for close to 6 years. That's the level of a minister of state in a very powerful position. Baby, I'm Penny Kufuor Kubi Odemikoi. Until you see baby anywhere, me who ye. To be Abema, many no, because I've seen what you are seeing now.
Yeah.
So on them, sure. Until we need to connect with the Ghanaian people. You cannot buy contentment. Na yense society no na values ne niema be me adwen yenua ho me niema three me se me kan ha me fapem. I call it the triple S: service, sacrifice, selflessness. Se obetu ho asi o se wo do be ye adwuma de asom ho man through political party. Na edru ba bi ade e den kra do ho bebo afore te se de emu bi enkola 92 awiase ehu. It was difficult to be connected or to be identified with the MPP. So ye ho bo afore e adwuma e ma party no. Ye nkase ye twen bibi na bibinti. And 2020 years, so who said them demand
exactly.
In spite of all that had transpired earlier, I'm a more treatment near Dina. Mr. Debbie, me go on there, make a boa. No, I win it. Oh, when here, so I include him in the government. So them shown. Until we should have that spirit, say, so ye be without getting anything back. It does not matter. See, to me, cultivated, sa near mano. Ewo yen crow fumu, ewo Ghana fuma. A better baby, you bet my bell do crow to say Scandinavia. Oko Finland, no, Norway, ni Sweden. Me now for me taco. Who here ni no who's getting?
Yeah.
Sikedi or hopans or namwa. The Skedi will be no, here is Zuobi. To be open to a crowd. Obi am a far away. Because TV no will be one of them. Okaki to an Zuobi. That is the society we should build. To say Germany, Okwa. So who's a Frankfurt ni, Berlin ni, Stuttgart ni, Cologne ni, who difference be to build a country that has equitable distribution of our national wealth. And they say, what to pussy gakra? That's how to hamila. It is a the cry. So I them show. And then Kobani so be a pesi Johnny Bankrai. And now Kumasi and Atakrade. Because of the skewed development model, so we need a strong paradigm shift. When I talk about a new dawn, it's more about the mindset.
Okay.
So
mentality,
we need to reset our mentality, our values. No, na nkɔba ne sɛ ɛyɛ wei de ɔkɔ abɛm kra wantumi ansi dan ne yɛsere wonkɔ abɛm sɛ wokɔsi dan wokɔ abɛm sɛ wokɔsom nyankopɔn yɛ madom sɛ menom asi me dan nsa na mekɔ abɛm enti mo rage ne mo cantonments ne adeɛ ka me sɛ mentena hɔ baabi a nyankopɔn mama sɛ me ne hɔ na metrae ɔhɔ na medete and I'm very happy with what I have. Why should we be so acquisitive as a people? Ɛnyɛ ɛno na ɛdi ɛnya
obi bɛka sɛ wonim sika pɛ o
was can open the
Kwame Appiah Kubi only no be edibi. So what is our statement? Ezu
trimu nyadin omo ni mkrofo amahwe won up to now mkrofo amahwe won so me here that be architects be doctors. Me the ya wa me firm nti. Papa free me say be onyama busu afọ na fam. Obi wa po asem keke otimi boa. So nti me boa nipa. Sa na me me kakra me onyina me de che because if you ask why sika no fanya hwe wo hia so enti sika pen no sa ne man de me feel say enya de hia kese as a political tradition we are the party of business. We straight from Buzia time ni mpanimfo to me build home in a matter of 2.5 years and no na esi hia say to me build the Ghanaians no omunya sika no to me enwuma na nkrofo nya adwuma eye. And no just a politician and only businessman no compete. Adia I had Ghana and say, koya say politics no cry sika wom in business.
Yeah.
Which is wrong. When you say promote to business. And now we oppositioner. We say no the company. No me say ni na enye very good. Na ejuma as a business community no. Politicians anyone people who are connected. I mean look at government lands. Adebakwa me up till now. And I think the Ghanaian people have not been treated fairly by most governments, including Rawlings or no by Okretu and Krofosese. They were the ones who were appropriating state property to themselves. Oh, until rage nimne cantonments near Toma, people with political connections. Very cheap. Within a couple of weeks, no, I got Toma Turkish be millions, no difference. No. Now be huni see high rise or says he can na yejima Ghana and this big real estate the year on Ghana will be 15% room because of the land equity or 20% woman who consolidating in far in excess of the 3 billion and nama yesren tino kran be as political leaders as etimika. And if we don't say so, it's uncomfortable because we are in government. NDC ammunition. NDC
my party now unpopular.
And unpopular. In fact, right now where we are, se Ghana for who say ye mubi wo party maybe a koso enye.
Yeah.
Why would they give us a chance in 2024? Because some of our actions and inactions makes it difficult. That would endanger our chances of winning a third electoral victory. And it is the true patriots of our party should stand up and be counted. And here a critical mass of like-thinking Ghanaians, especially within the party MPP.
I'm a best sympathizer with Ghanaians generally.
I mean, to say the right things, to push for the right things, to put pressure on the president, to take certain decisions, like I started to do a year ago.
Yeah.
It's very important because any president in this country is not an independent candidate. I quite remember in 2015 when I went to the NDC Congress as General Secretary of the party. As part of my statement, I said, look, for the foreseeable future, these two parties are going to run the country. The way we conduct ourselves, the way we respect each other, and nobody determine how Ghanaians look on us. And then, Omar Fani said, politician, which is wrong. I didn't do that. I was in government for close to 6 years. I didn't add on to my real estate. I didn't go chasing after state property. Obiasu who bit my point is a mewa bem be an president Kufuor and say Mr. Japan Jimmy say and now never. And that is the kind of behavior and character that we need. And that's why I come in as a leader. And it is a Nipaninya Jiji, but these are the standards that we need to set. Make count this place. So the tone that you set as a president, the values that you espouse, and no man for taking inspiration from. And then it snowballs to the society in general. Until leadership is very important. Ghana, we don't talk about the quality of leadership and the character of the people. A crowd mentality. That is not what I stand for. Me, That's why I've submitted myself to you here. This is my third time.
Yeah.
I've been here. Now, I'm confused with political leaders. They are even afraid to go and sit in front of the media and have their lives scrutinized because they cannot defend their record. And I have been able to do so. I believe that if you want to be a political leader, you should be able to submit yourself in all humility to be scrutinized. All aspects of your life, private and public. So, because character matters.
Exactly.
And the idea is very important. I'm
very well.
Magana foot.
Many engineer coming Japan, one of the 10 aspirants seeking to be flag bearer of the new Patriotic Party. But me first Sidani be Green Tooth Technology Services. But you anope se UTA na o phone no assay or laptop no assay ya. Green Tooth Technology Services for Adaroma. But you one be repair ni na no kama edi amapa. No chino se ope phone accessories ato. Ope batteries, ope chargers, ope phone covers, screens, any de akika kahunde nyina no ampacho a Green Tooth Technology Services ana ebeboa ma sani abade nyina wonsa etimi aka ye home to home delivery services. So we hear a service say ye beba betena se na yesiesi your phone ne your laptop no e de ama kama ni nyina no offer ye ne a wonsa ebeka your circle more no echi ho abrosaite ntia ya trade na Navana Plaza eho ana oba obehu eye Green Tooth Technology Services anope oni any enkomo on 0246 433006 0246 1443 and answer separate 0247 845107 na oni any enkomo anope yabejo so na afi yetimi aboa pa asidani bi nso eye traders charcoal powder for edia womo adaroma womo eboa traders charcoal powder unom poison we are allergic to something na okokodia mpacho ofa traders a etu poison de nyina no ase edema and what you know say snake a cow and a dog a cow na only first aid bia mpacho febi goso na chetre a betre poison de nyina within some few minutes na afi wo ho etimi atopa anope womo adaroma open dudu mo tua odi wani ebetre mo ewo eye Tema Middle East one more ebe American shop no ewo police station no enchenwa no pay on the traders for any combo on 055 5130230 055 5130230 na when you want more any combo 38 after 8 this is Kessben media Kwame Appiah Kubi live across the country. We are live on DSTV on channel 364 Go TV channel 121. We are on digital TV. We are on radio on 92.9 and around the world. We are live on Facebook and pay and o messages no or the bar yabeje na yakinkai ede ama. I'm coming back to one of the aspirants for the new Patriotic Party. Engineer, the question I ask again, no, and it's per all the processes I must go through, picking of nomination, filing of the nomination, vetting, and then balloting of the processes. So far, so good. Obeka say election committee mo party ni di adwuma ahye wo mo nsa so mo nhwa abatwe no. We are satisfied with the enema any adwuma wo mo aye sesei.
We have to congratulate them. Say, put a lot of controls to make sure say we have a sanitized environment. And they've been having a series of meetings with either ourselves or appointed agents.
Okay.
In TBB, and so far we are allowed even to appoint 2 agents to 1 polling center.
Okay.
Of course, that for me is stretching it, but I think what they are doing is very good. I'm happy to say right now it is the Electoral Commission that will be in charge of the election.
Okay.
And I hope, and we don't expect anybody can go to a polling station and go and present himself. I mean, regional chairman, I mean, say there be everybody goes there as a voter. Into court to say the Eco General Election, no court presiding officer now, Electoral Commission for appointing, and now here now Dean will register anymore. Now I take it now.
Okay, that is on the day of voting.
And see, a lot of the arrangements with the police has been going on, and I think they need to be commended.
Okay,
I have a few disappointments, you know, but they are having to say there's an attempt to create the impression say we the aspirants are the one to blame for any infractions. I've just seen a story by the chairman of the party in the newspaper, and so I can say almost so BB or I say a can of them, and then meanwhile they almost do the no more can about they admonishing the presidential aspirants say meanwhile say BB kosunenye. And that's will be Kasem and Yenami correcting.
Yeah.
That is not an attack. we are going through a political process. So when people put out misinformation, calculated to win votes or sympathy, and I can step in and say, no, the okay, and Tessa say and see, it's not an attack. It is very important. In fact, I was expecting, said the chairman, would rather call to order some of the regional chairmen. They virtually flouted the code of conduct that the party put in place.
And then also Kwame because on 2 occasions, issue statement, issue guidelines. People are not openly supposed to declare their support, especially party officers. Yatuaba Ediamong. Chairman Wuntumi has done it. Obiamwa did it last week. How do you call it? Damboche did it last week, plus many more others. Okay? My very good friend Michael Ochebe feeling people are one more in government keep endorsing one candidate or the other.
I think
my question is that right? Is that what the guidelines prescribe?
That is not what the guideline prescribes. But I'm prepared to excuse the politicians or the political actors.
Okay, those with political appointment.
Not only that, political actors. Obiamwa and Damboche, he is a minister, he's a politician. He's a member of parliament, he's a politician. If he decides to support one candidate, I don't worry that much. The EHA, which goes against governance, is to see CEOs of state organizations. It is a political appointment. But when you are appointed the managing director of STC or State Housing or Ghana
NLA.
Digital, whatever, NLA, CMB, Bui Dam, these are state organizations that are governed by the principles of management and corporate governance. You are not allowed to be out there doing clearly divisive politics, even within your own party. And those are things I would have expected the party chairman would talk about. And then the regional chairmen are supposed to be fathers of our party.
Exactly.
So until they are supposed to receive
all the aspirants.
But there are some who decide never to be present when you get to their region.
I see.
Oh, yes.
And to regions that they don't welcome you.
Some of them.
Okay.
Not me. I've been in OT. The regional chairman was very cooperative, but I cannot say the same with the regional chairman of Volta region.
I see.
I've been there twice. He's never been present. So, those are the things that I find unfortunate and disturbing. Where a regional chairman openly is campaigning for one candidate, even shoving a microphone into the faces of people, virtually goading them on to declare. It's not right. And adia enyedie, esi etimika. So, and then say, as national chairman, you don't talk about this, and then you say when somebody, an aspirant, has raised an issue of the register, it's a genuine issue they've raised. In fact, there are many things that I've seen in the register. I will call them personally. I don't want to bring it out openly. So, because you see, we have laws in this country. We have laws in our own political party. So, as a patron, I will call Yamwa or the director of elections or the party general secretary and then talk to them on that. And I expect that when they have the opportunity, if they want to make a statement, they have to be even-handed. And as I say, BBI is aspirant. BBI is aspirant. Meanwhile, the worst culprits are the elected officers who are shown clear bias towards some of the candidates, which is not allowed under our own code of ethics. And that's what I want to say for now.
Assuming you were the general secretary,
yes.
How are you going to sanction such people?
It is very difficult, especially at this time.
Okay.
And the party politics, sanctions. Politics. People should have the dignity to realize that they've got to submit themselves to the rules and regulations. So you don't gain anything by throwing people out of the party. But so we are a responsible leader. There are certain boundaries you should not cross.
Okay.
And like when I was general secretary, and when 104 MPs in those days made a public declaration, I rebuked them publicly. Said they can't do that. You can vote for your candidate of your choice. But being a leader of a constituency, when you talk like that, you are trying to virtually culture your constituencies to vote one way, which is not good. So and they are I see they are matured enough to know that they are infringing the laws. And they shouldn't do that. And that's all I can say for now.
Now the question is that the issue of fairness
yes.
Ahead of this game, Is this something that you are rest assured of? Say at the end of the entire process, say radical wow, across the first 5, no. Now we'll go into November. Oh, you rest assured, say with all the things I work so far with engagement, no fairness, prevail.
Yes, Christo cram wrestle. Ono cry no 100% fairness. The we are no. We are there unyanisa.
I see.
Ye pese ye force was a nema ayetnene.
Okay.
So me ko kase ya obekase so attack nipa back, but me namui. Misra mia misika kakra na me namfofo eboa me. Na wa rent car, na wa fa ha, na ura ha, ukoda hotel, eye car kese. Ebinum eye lakia. If you are in political office, there's a state car, there's petrol, there's security, everything. Those are incumbency advantages.
Okay.
And you know I don't worry. As a politician, I'm not interested in complaining too much.
Okay.
But they themselves should know when they cross the line. So them should know. Adia yedi wa enye wodeno. Memfanye obi. Me de kakra mekano as politicians. And also, because we want everybody to rally behind the eventual winner. Because you two abano na obi who say ya two abadodo no esimesi no mo pe. Na wo de nyan wenye bia. You accept it wholeheartedly and you join the campaign with all your gusto. Convince obia. Na kubane se eya ko say ye chinchim ni pensa ana ye ka ni pe bia sha. Eno ne ya na emfata. Ntimi de kakra meka no say ye nyina ye nyire ho. Abane yakoto. To me, no, the power of choice resides with the delegates, especially with these super delegates. No crowd. Me who had the grunty nipa bufasosa. It's only an attempt to shortlist.
Okay.
The obe winning win says on the obe winning
main one.
Because I don't think that the framers of the Constitution were intended say bema 900 people I choose the leader of the party for 200,000 plus. It doesn't satisfy any tenets of democracy.
Okay.
But Binmu say, Koye 17 and Amini Abranti Mojamono 2007, and no Kahunti Nebia, Din Kubu in 2008. Any this I did buy. Me in 2014, I'm a general secretary. I spoke against it because Satan no me 7 pay.
Yeah.
And so Chinchina almost and Koye super delegates. Nipa 7, but anyway, I had a lot of challenges as general secretary. I understood near ye. It is said the NASC and 10 regional capitals. I'm saying Nipa Nusra. When you are having an election, for instance, we say you was 16 regional capitals.
Yes.
Of course, you also are almost better for Western North. Almost do 30. They are setting up a polling station with all the attendant cost, security, and everything for just 30 people. Similarly, Ahafo. Northeast. Just I shan't depend on Modos on 100. So, enti yen be dream ho ka say okay, yen central line. Yes, be na adwin bi a enye papa techri.
Okay.
Name we're learning from the lessons of 2014. And elections no. Tembia you have to progressively improve
the system.
That's right, because 1992 about 2.5. And MPP for sa and now yet me improve to a point where party to me declare the result, not officially.
Yeah.
Because in the media to abano mujina to ya umbetime now with technology no umbetime transmit elections within hours. So enti the rest na nipa 900 can the near adwene say came from Rafa to reduce intimidation near the Nipa and the National Executive took a decision and we respect that decision. Until I don't comment on those things because that's the party's decision.
Very well. You are number 6 on the ballot. What does that mean?
Me say, and some maybe the divine
special delegate number 6 position.
Who's here will me 6 March?
I see.
Independence Day.
I see.
That may launch me campaign.
Yeah.
So me my 6-point plan for Ghana.
Okay.
And to make up pick here, a pick is 6. Hey, what the young couple can be actually. And me when so I'll be the 6th president of the Fourth Republic. And number 6 is so you know we will be no bit many number 6 because we go up to 5.
Exactly.
To me 6 no a very significant idea. Me feel say divine. Until one more about no one 6 March. The 6-point plan and the 6th president of the Fourth Republic neighbor. Trouble Maakye.
Very well.
Order number 6.
Order number 6. Very dynamic. It's a dynamic engineer coming here, Japan, and many Indian common. But you've mentioned the figure, just about 900.
Yeah.
Who are now for 4?
Yeah.
Oh, you rest assured, say, first 5, Ubekahum.
Me GDSF, me share me Juma, me diwo party. I'm the only person amongst the 10 where Gina Abato nationally.
Okay.
Were winning significantly to become general secretary of the party. There are a lot of them are Omoto Abama me or Tamale, they be a youth organizers, they be a chairman.
Yeah.
And no says on Betuama there.
Okay.
But Omuni Mejuma pa, and Jumedia, Medie as general secretary, including making sure that the party machinery at the local level is strengthened. That was the first time in my BA accounts, so that we'll be able to transfer resources to them directly without say befa through a lot of hands
Kessben
with all the attendance handling charges. Into omunim acquire me far so leady partner at the time it me share parliamentary primary successfully. By the time I free Makunya so na cast 4 or 5 pe. Into your cocoa winning 169 seats. Me am one mana a dimi one dance say sa victory no dey won na say ye dey ma wo so hu dem shon na so dey hians abato dey president Kufo ne kai o say ento so aba ne kan wo so aba hunim city ete. You can never tell the result of an election till it's declared.
Okay.
Me dey hia me say me dey ni diama party no me call of all the regional capitals me free constituency chairman for my free regional executives nam de masem kakra ato wo manim dodo no anim me nim say me you be a media akotene wo party from a dubu any time bisiku 4 time say be mampani or tiso time by 1998 all starting the first presidential attempt media akotene they know the record in this party the pobi or the institutional memory of the MPP wasumasa be penny wa macho onim omo bre omo aspirations enti say me kotra me remfi won say enkoba ne say me ye president na omu DC na me de brewa me say uni no kra there be they are friendly consultations. I believe in that.
Okay.
To be very consultative with the party and also to strengthen the party's voice in government. And then a lot of the party people feel very distant from the powers that be. And yadia omunim say me a president.
Engineer, yes, me bisa a question no because seemingly say ye jai delegate ya wo special election ye amobia de nadwin akotoa ebia nka benya vote ni mododo na because they know you just as you have expelled. But seemingly as a yehwepe nkrofo in line this is yehwepe omo in line towards a particular direction. Now isn't that so dangerous for your candidature? Say ekobane say constituency ya yebium say region bia nya nidie just as you mentioned Western North nipa 30 say wo kwoto chia na yenim say wo the next thing is that you'll be victimized.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Most of the time, na ebi yemu bi kase yenye say no. One kase bi am. Mu bi kra afre gang of 8 to say gang of 9. Adizu ye no. It wasn't against any particular person.
Okay.
In fact, Vice President Nana Manfo say be etwa na jan. Na ntisa. Because proposals me na me share sadiyasi.
Okay.
Send the command all the from say aspirants say ni person near mamienu if you say ye no so indie nka ye nyina ye mehia ba bi say tachima ana sunwane that is obi abetime duru hontem. It's very centrally located.
Okay.
Number 2 to say they okay enkoba ne say nipa no kakra bi ntu to kra wan hwe a obi betimi ye biebie ni kan kra betimi say bia wona akoto 4th enti ye
check
ye timi ehu to say the chairman bi wo ho sorry ba bonten 2014 said vote to be a call baby into any pakra. Suban Yadia, SCF. And so we any support from the media. So until the impression was created, said that you cry a gang up against The second one was during district level elections, and now even in our own party, a vice chairman there.
Yeah.
It be a number 8. Yes, Munchusu 3.
3. Yeah.
And amount selected 3. Near consolidated 100. Omo benya top na yama first, second, and third vice.
Okay.
And also was the second idea. The vice was 5 near 10 there. Momo Bia and Chusu, the N5 or pay. Now, Monkey can boom them who are
I am good at the dorsal.
in a way, reasonable request at the buy. Now, so more media no crown. Man, fire so.
Maybe I am too much here.
Okay. Am I a big headline gang of 8? It's a word gang, no?
Yeah.
A connote
Negativity.
negativity. So, and it had nothing to do with projected support. No money at the media near many be me feel say a banner koto. Media more GDA, especially with the super delegates, because these are the frontline soldiers of our party.
Okay.
275 constituency chairmen. Omo dear, that constituency nano. 272 regional executives. That regions nano.
Yeah.
137 so speaker Asiama Kahodia 138 members of parliament. So your foreign branches Nipa 80. These are people who should be knowledgeable enough and normally no. Menyini says sika anase huna etimi sisa o ma.
People cry government positions.
It does not matter.
They may be threatened. I
hope not. I hope not. And anti-media me say me what this electoral college will say. They will do what is best for this party. They are looking at. You see, this election is a watershed election for the MPP.
Okay.
Because no government or no party has had a third consecutive election.
Yeah.
So it is always difficult anyway. You add the circumstances, economic circumstances, it imposes more pressure on governments around the world. And you need a candidate who is a departure from the status quo. That is where KAA comes in. So that I don't have to answer a lot of questions. And I come out with a new phase.
But the system wants to continue. Oh, yeah, well, it's a system.
But that is the majority of the party people. And a Futu Amedema delegates, we should not risk our chances with that. Because, you see, after 16 years of Nana Addo Akufo-Addo and Mahmoud Bawumia at the top of the party, because when you are elected as a presidential candidate, and you select your running mate, you become the leaders of the party.
Yeah.
So, from 2008, there's been 2012, there's been 2016, there's been 2020. By 2024, it will be a good 16 solid years. That's a generation.
You think they must go?
I think it is time for new energy, new vision, a new team, freshness. And that will enhance the chances of the MPP. So if you provide somebody like K, who has not been a part of this arrangement for the last how many years, it then becomes what I call a new phase. Although I'm not, in quote, a new person
in the party.
But I think I provide something new, and my vision is different. My 6-point plan, talking about cutting down on the size of government. And it's something I've been passionate about for years. And when I talk about respecting the cap in the Constitution 19, so I've reconfigured the ministries to 19, consolidating a lot of them, making sure that every minister has one deputy, just as the president has one. That brings you to, you add the 16, it brings you to 54. So and I think a country of 31, we are projected to be maybe 35 million in the next decade or so. That should be fine. So not only that, there are major changes that I want to see in this country. I mean, the balkanization of the assemblies, has it really helped? It's imposed bigger financial burden on the country. We started with 110 districts. We've arrived at over 260. What is the advantage to be gained by just increasing the number? Has it improved the services to the Ghanaian? No. I've asked many places. In fact, it has created more chaos and confusion in the management of the engineering services. Because we have project back one, and districts bear 5 more. Who is in charge of it? Who is responsible for this? And especially it is the engineering functions like roads, sanitation, water supply, electricity supply. These are the key things that run human settlements. Some of them should. And I'll be very different. I've talked about the restoration of meritocracy and professionalism to the public services. This is what I'm making. Me a small boy, I'm a started civil engineer or Ghana Highway. So that's me rise and my chief executive and deputy. And mom there's a president who quite under Article 71.
Yeah.
Say on appointed the chief executive of state institutions. So sometimes a coin be a fasu yeno or Ghana had. It serves to demotivate those who are working in the organization. Because Tam Sebio a Colabia now will be only experience or organization. We can't have any from an institutions with no institutional memory, especially some of these technical organizations like GNPC, like VRA, like ECG, like Ghana Highways, and NPA, and all those Petroleum Commission and other things. Oh, you want to get the young people who are working in the organization to aspire to the top. And even if it's a political appointment, there are some... It has
to be from within.
Not all the time. I'm saying that it has to be very, very guarded, some of these things. And I think the over-politicization of our public services... And yeah, abua or minor. Baby or a deputy chief executive in here. Near created too. You are imposing higher financial burden on an already stressed public organization that is not making profit. Those are things President Japan will put a stop to. So, and now come baby, it's police mukra as we MPP, we NDC, because are they? Very well. They have a profession, they have a state to work for. So let's encourage that. So them and stop the unbridled politicization of these public services and the civil service.
Yeah, just hold on for me. I have 3 major questions to ask you.
Good.
And then the 4th one will be your message to the delegate. Now, but my main fascinator Emma Ernest Herbal Industry and pay say Utiemi and Pacho. One more at the Ernest ointment at the aba. It 2 skin rashes in no I say and pay the obey and say ubetobi na or the astrastra and what awake natural capsules would drama so a boosty immune system no amahodation con etimi about nipedia mutimi con editia ya rebia and pay no numbi na intimi and more upon pacho STI sahodo no offer awake natural capsules are it 2 here at the mouth a Ernest Herbal Industry for and the day and roy no at the abed drama so Nantema propro pimples, chicken pox, any de kahunino, use Ernest ointment, not intimate into a siema, or can she drug lane, say, oh, and cry, and then empatema, Beco Kings Work Herba, Repast Ventures, Tinated Herba, Baseline Pharmacy, Nisi Pharmacy, and a so Rich Joe's Pharmacy, Ninano, Ewo Kanshi Drug Lane, Kofridia for Enco Gabson Pharmacy, Monco Delight Pharmacy, and a Drug Right Pharmacy, oh, on Coco. And then Patemwa, Owuskobi Pharmacy, Ubenya B Ewoho, and a fe Kaswa Tribe of Judah, Kumasi, Ebeko, Danny Herba, Misty Herba, and a fe Kolinak Herba, and Pacho, open the Dudomotua, not Wafre, 0245 049915, 0245 079915, announces a phrase 0276 7701. Now, on the Ernest Herbal Industry for any and Sawaso and pay one more Ebeboa pa. Eclipse Collateral Management for Daroman Pacho, one more main control say, oh, your property owner, why a document at the actual property Niswa, one more ebetime at the property document no aye juma na one more to our commission ewo they are a collateral management organization enti anope say utieme na uyobia also open facility with a bank, but only collateral, bra one more say, one more value usika no open with the bank. Now, if you want to me, I'm the necessary collateral. Netimia boam when you sika at their show with Jumenim. Oko Adenta new site, Abakan Street, eho, ana ubehu a year Eclipse Collateral Management, and pay talk to them on 0266 999020, 0266 999020, and answer separate 0302. 551877 na on the Eclipse Collateral Management for any and Sawaso anope one more ebejo so Franco Trading Enterprise anope main control say open phone papa the ampacho eyo mufie ho anabebre na no egu across the country one more ewo branches ewo bebia open Nokia open Samsung open smart TVs refrigerators and air conditions only a Franco Trading Enterprise for edin Sawaso one more ebejo so abwao amade ohwehwe na no wonsa etime akampacho se uyusu Android and smartphone download it one more app no ewo Play Store na woni omo endidra ewo so one be more discount ahodo bebre from one more on 0246 422-338 0246 422-338 and also say fresh 055 05939 na on Franco Trading Enterprise in the Encomo still phone papa fear. Mami Embra engineer Subim. Now, just as I said earlier, I have 3 major questions.
Questions. And maybe who say it's become a new trend in broadcasting.
Okay.
So now I take Consolati, host of Sports Allies for very many years. My who says some of friends say LPM.
Yes.
I didn't think I'm a breaker, more visual advert, so that you don't have to read out, and nature say rather than you saying it.
Management will consider. I don't know squeeze bars,
So I think it's much better than say program and
live presenter mention.
That's what I say the LPM. I'm afraid.
That's right. That's my engineer. Very well. I'll tell you some management. They will also consider that. Engineer, 3 major things.
Okay.
I mean, our economy, where we are as a country.
Yeah.
The brouhaha about Cecilia Abnadapa and the circumstances are at the Moabedru say. And Yama Fa Abnadapa Hono, has it brought your party into disrepute?
Meaning about penny.
Yeah.
I started young executive.
Okay.
And she's had an impeccable record in government. Kai say from Kufuor time that so on this particular matter, my view, there are 2 views.
Okay.
1, to keep such an amount of money
in the
household. I think as government, one of the biggest responsibility has been convincing Ghana to be part of the formal economy. In said the informal economy, so government's duty have been to encourage people to save with the banks and put money through the banks. Okay. So even if you don't have use for the money immediately, at least can use it so that we formalize to formalize the economy. So my disappointment has been the fact that as government or as political leaders, we are preaching one thing to the society and we ourselves are practicing another.
Okay.
So that is my major disappointment with that, especially the amount of money involved in being in a household. Number 2 has to do with the failure of intelligence.
Okay.
Because I don't, for the life of me, understand why a theft in the minister's household, and the minister is a very senior person in the country, was never escalated to the attention of the Minister of Interior or the Minister of National Security so that they could nip it in the bud. This thing happened, I'm told, 2022.
Yeah.
For it to fester and fester and fester and blow in the faces of the government, bring it such embarrassment to the party, and then the woman has to lose her job, that is a critical failure of intelligence. And if I'm the president, some heads would have rolled.
Maybe one report to the state agencies.
And they didn't get to know of it, that means our intelligence is weak. So it's a failure of intelligence in my view. Those are the 2 critical matters.
I see.
This thing was not brought to their attention. And if it was brought to their attention, what measures were taken to nip it in the bud? That is why we are in government. That's why there is a chief of staff at the presidency. You have to have ears and eyes everywhere. And all these things that
manage some of these things.
Has the potential to embarrass the government and the party, you nip it in the bud, right at the source, quickly. So certain measures could have been taken, were not taken, festered over a year to bring us this far? No. Some heads should have rolled. That's why
many have said she did us a lot of good. ABS Kano is from the right source. The more reason why she went to
I want to say only these 2 things. I don't want to get into, because in my view, under President Ejiofor, we have to be looking at lifestyle audits in this country. This is the only country where people out of nowhere become rich overnight and nobody asks them any questions. We need to look at lifestyle audits. So, that's what I want to say on that. There was a second question.
Yes, the second question has to do with Bank of Ghana. Who named the brouhaha surrounding Bank of Ghana?
It's another place that sometimes
the expenditure
is a bit uncomfortable because
it shouldn't be uncomfortable, because the question is that you are the one supposed to manage the currency.
The important thing is, I said this thing a long time ago. I don't want people to feel it was in the same studio
exactly. Yes,
that I remember. Said the president should perhaps take out the managers of the economy. That was a long time ago, and the video is still trending. I don't want people to feel that I have a personal vendetta with the finance minister. And of course, Ernest is my classmate from one in Infancy.
Oh, I see.
Yes, and we are very close friends. But the truth must be said. I remember saying here that monetary policy was suffering. And this is where it has brought us. So these are issues. I mean, the signals were there a long time ago. And I'd rather hold the president responsible for not taking action at the time and leave it at that, because the buck stops at the president. You know, the health, the security of our country, that should be your major priority. And the signals were there, and he didn't pick it up and act. Because in economic management, there's something called business confidence. And when confidence drains out of the system, you've got to take action, firm, decisive action to restore confidence. And he chose to, I mean, even if 88 members of parliament came out openly, it's never happened in this Fourth Republic.
How do we restore our state back to the previous glory?
When you appoint Ejepong as the president, I'll make sure I'm very emphatic. Those who need to go will go when they have to go. And I will not be vacillating over positions. You understand? So there's some firmness, that vitality that we need to bring to government to restore the trust of the Ghanaian people in politics in general and in our political tradition. And I think I'm a candidate well positioned with a skill set, someone who's been a public servant, working at Ghana Highway, has been a private consultant, so I know what the private people go through. I've worked at the presidency. You know, I've been a host of sports. Yes, I've been a promoter of musicians and all that. So I would say I'm a multi-layered individual with varied experiences and insights. And if Ghanaians trust me and they give me this position, I'll bring a completely new dimension to it. And I think it's important that the delegates understand where I'm coming from. With someone like me, we enhance our chances of victory.
Very well. In case, my last question, now after you speak to your delegate, in case I'm to delegates conference, and especially one year, now you don't make it to the first 5, what becomes of Kwame Appiah?
It's not fatal. I've always been a dedicated patriot of this party. I mean, you know. So even when I had been shoved out unjustifiably in 2016, I supported this party's election, supporting over 100 constituencies with vital resources. And some of the members of parliament are today ministers of state that I supported even when I was sidelined. And I'm quite remember, so okay, 2020. I'm Penny Frame. I mean,
platforms.
That's right. And I did not ask any questions. I did not attach any conditions, although I felt that I had been very badly treated by the party. In fact, as I speak, I'm the only general secretary of this party who has not been given a dime.
Oh,
up to now. Yeah, me kokana buhuna mo journalists, mo bloggers don't there news in tia me pese me bosso. But it's a fact. What even worried me was my SNIT contributions. Me see the moon to me calculate now because there's a big 4-year gap in my SNIT contributions. As a general secretary, of course, you're a full-time employee. Look at our constitution. So when I was out, I couldn't even go and work because it was indefinite. I waited till a new general secretary had been elected in 2018. And then I walked to the presidency and told them I wanted to see my status in the party. Because if you are on, you cannot be suspended from a position that you don't occupy. So that's when I became the executive director of the Ghana Institution of Engineering. So for loss of income, I'm not going to send them to court. It doesn't matter. I hope good sense will prevail. And what is due me as a person, I'm not asking for any more or any less. What my entitlement is should be given. So, Chairman in Timbai, when who be when handing over news from Freddie Blair.
Oh, when who be
say because I'm not Blake as I say Blake. Okay, make sure so I resolve this matter. I mean, person new execution because they're not privy to all the intricacies. But it doesn't matter. I'm the boy campaign. That's something that I normally do not want to talk about, but this is a fact. And I think we should learn to treat people nicely.
Okay.
If we are there, let's be fair to one another and treat one another well. That's what I stand for. And put a smile on people's face.
Just as you've done this morning.
This morning.
Very well. 2 minutes. Engineer, speak to your delegate.
Well, most importantly, Senator McCann said, you should wear delegate now. It says you have been delegated some responsibility.
Okay.
They should look at the future of the party, not themselves. The action they take now, a lot of forethought and wisdom.
Okay.
They should vote values, principles. If it is a party that rewards dedication, long-standing hard work and sacrifice, then I think they can look at me with a lot of positivity as somebody who has given dignified work to this political tradition, who has the institutional memory. It's in their hands. The power of choice is almost there.
Okay.
Almost two about for the future of our party. Ubi aso shewom. Inti wenye sikasem. Enenye kasentwie. Enenye kasehuni de ne de atem ne takashe ne ehunehune etutrasem. Debbie, what we need now in this country is a stable mind, an intellectual probing mind like that of mine, and I say this in all humility. So, as an engineer, well trained to be able to demand results from my team and also to be outcome based. Inti anon na mede to manim.
Okay.
Womon kai niema ya femu sam ye nim fifrede ho abo afore time na ewiase eden ese enkwan ho ejo a obi ade nsan wirem eyimunam esija so na ehye o sumo obi kwa so nko ka nhwe se etisen ya na obi atwetwe nsa na time na enkwan na ehye na yemu bi ye de ho bo afore my party no. And I hope that the delegates will not forget that. Send a strong signal to the world that this is a party that rewards hard work and dedication. Any enokre, a subampa, any kasapani, any die, any enuado. Kakram de beja wo moana.
Very well. Engineer, I'm grateful and okay. Thank you so much for your time. And we wish you all the best. After election, you have said in Kobobi. I'm grateful. God bless you. Until many engineer come for stay with me. I'll be running to bed now. But I don't know, not dumb garlic bitches. General body pain, but I don't know. You're tuning in our separate company. Not the claim. But your mad is yes, you want come and carboni piano. I see it to me too at the mouth. So your bad, I would tell you, you should not follow the claim. Not for mixture and then a capsule. And I'll pay for your treated sexually transmitted diseases in let me a boa far who did so at you. No, me and say you not dumb Herbal Center for Akofa Ediaba. But your tema community one casino, and one will be here. And I pay new store first gate in so will be here. And I'll pay for it 0268229862. And answer say for 0240981592. What they are in the M for 0240981592. And talk to us. Yabejo super. I'm faster than be my fellow Martin Institute of Media Studies. And the person would say, we were bad on the corner. Say, a Juma me, you obey and the pay your being and it's only a Martin Institute of Media Studies, a bedding come up. Radio and TV presentation, radio and TV production work, you betcha video editing. You know, a dear, you betcha. And dear, I fan central. And you might hold there, but your Martin Institute of Media Studies and a betcha about the South Doko, Aliu Mahama Road. And what I'll be here and I'll pay for you on 0546 175545. 0546 175545. Na only a name come up. Kanisa Herbal Ventures for that Roma. Kanisa mixture no. But yeah, they are back. Menstrual pains, no numbia, I see a bit candidiasis, no beko, vagina discharges, prostate enlargement, sexual weakness, and a poor blood circulation. In no Kanisa Herbal mixture, it's yes, in a come apart. Herbal shop will be a bear will be a pacho being a not one no be a woman. And what you know, say, open a dodo motua, Obeba Techima, the war a year contain taxi rank wape. Kanisa Herbal Shop no ewo. Any baseline pharmacy no edin share the man pay for you on 0247 887436 0247 887436 na oni any answer so announce so be 0202990943 na oni any
wafuno
Kwame
oh Kwame na just any enu se yenya idea niema nyina
and Kwame jam one pack why
oh wanitia pack krano we na wachiche bia ma you know
bedas na empomo boko dia traders for ho say
obia ho ye de enchia efri traders farmer enterprise ema ohwefo ne etiefo nyina ye traders farmer enterprise eno ene yekofa traders charcoal powder de aba edwaso enti se ye ka traders charcoal powder de ase de da bia ye ka no na me pese ye gina ade ba ko mienu bi so pa ena ebeye won se ye se obema se wonno maduru ansa na wafa oba na so no oba da eya na ede insunsanso bebre eba wa akire enti se ya wonya enne hama na say problem bia e was ade ne ho no ko na no obi akoye say oh okope say ye immune booster say ye dey yo okope bibi ansa na wa
aphrodisia
aha eti say wono waye wadwene say wunyai no ye tufu say ebe hawo na say wunyai de a ene na ye de traders charcoal powder eno ne ye de ama say wo de before sex no wo de wanum aphrodisia na de obenum bia wie no after that no use traders charcoal powder na
wanum e de akobo match na wie no o de nom traders charcoal powder na cleaning system
ni cleaning wa yinyira ni nyina wa begunti mekanfo ema obi biara tituru emema no na ene achede amde cham se obi a emeje na wunyanya baako a wo de wo abefra wo beka se saade no nko ade meteso ama ai meteso ama na traders charcoal powder eya niam bebre hangover eno eba nam se na ase dem wo mema no so ntina mbe start wo no eno so ebeye ebia na won so no wafu ayekese na won so wo pese wafu etwe na wunya fratomia eno so ubenya traders charcoal powder na no so wo de aye wo hu yie wo nom a wo hu beto pa trapo chemicals and poison pa se ene ye spray ne ma so mframa ye home ne nyina ye polluted dem wonya traders charcoal powder wonom na no pa embra woni di ye na empty stomach na anwumre so wadidi bibia wie na ebe twe how efi ene eniema bia enkoye e wo system nom no ebe yi afri ho na wo high cholesterol so a ebe ben fat ne nyina ama wanya wo normal one na wo ho ato kidney infection and as a kidney problem ebeboa ama kidney na function ye eye traders charcoal powder na de ba kwa mahu ni say amanfo tie ni say no omokọ pharmacy ana drugstore so omokoto a omokọ ani yi bibi fufuro bi amomo we dey specifically obi eframe wonne lady na wote front and I say counter hone kasa say me traders charcoal powder okoya wonne na kasa me ko gina ho waso masoma no mo aka ye kwaduru ye no na obeduru ye a obodin bi no a enye no a enti waso no wasade akọ wanya akoto awie eti me pa cha omuntie ni ye wokọ traders charcoal powder pharmacy ana shop bia sa wokoto a sa wokọ na kala na enye yellow ene black a wobi broni bi da ho enum bia wo glass mu num bia me pa cho mento say we ref any container e wo box mu eti say wo kwa na ntisa me pa cho mento ma hu sa manfo afre pa mo fa nche me ye be fa na kire ya monto na eno no anya dwuma American because ye nim dia ye traders charcoal powder ye wo ye ingredients bia obia eni bi ewo ni die num eno ne ye dia guma manfo afre enwuma ye kura ye nka se yade esa no esapa man bia wa Middle East ba bia America say ye wholesale no ewo no na ye stroke auto me ka chen say ye ensa stroke enya no nti na me ton ama se si America say wo say yan fa foforo ensambre ne nsa ne nan a na ontimi emma so nante se wonu anante be toy eti de eye no traders charcoal powder eye no edo so pa eti wa yade bia because e cleansing with system no mo wo blood na entimi mfo no wonom a ebeyiyi niema asisi ni nyina afiri mu am watimi anya wo ahoden ne eyie wonso a ebi a wanom aduru amanabo abro so eno nso wonom a ebe neutralize no poison bia ne alcohol eno nso ebe mani nyina afiri o diarrhea ebe free ho wo se wodi twitwi wo se pa wanum nka ne wutiri mu nka nyina wodi paste na wonum bi no wa be hu se kina no duru ba bi obeka se na de na wunyaaye na ye traders charcoal powder na wunyaaye na wodi aye wo ho adwuma esa ya wo baabi bebre se ya kasi ya keka niema traders charcoal powder ye anti aging ye no a eno no ebebro so na ya brain nti no ya kasa wo frɛ ya ye be kire niema no mu ye wo de wo kan wo ya de ana de hawa opani no makoda no eti ma ubenya bebre wo pe bi atu a ubenya wo pe ne baako a ubenya wo pe pack say ya eno nso ubenya ne bo ne da fo mo hwa dwuma a eya na hwa bo na eda so ne dia nanka ye beka se aden na enso ye pese obi biara enya bie na nsa na mekiro ba bia obenya bi no fa number bia na wo si fom anase wo twam na wo te ya fra ya ne nkiro mu ye eye 0555
0555
130
130
230
230
0555
0555
130
130
230
230
ana 0558
0558
899
899
202
202
0558
0558
899
899
202
202
yawa Middle East eho na abenya ye American shop ye ben police station no epa eyetema na ase ashaman Middle East asam na ye kan dodo a wo pe bia no ofre ya na wo ba ye de be ma na ba bia wo be se yenya bi House of Drugs Pharmacy ewo ashaman wo benya bi Ecos Pharmacy wo benya bi Wedama Pharmacy wo benya bi Dia Pharmacy Origin Pharmacy Matayiko anane branches bia wo de okona abusa wo benya bi ebi ewo Filano Pharmacy ewo Valco Flat tema ubenya bi ewo ho saa so na committee 9 ubenya bi God Ambassador Church ubenya bi Oben Satellite Hotel eho na ubenya bi ewo ho na eye bebre ukọ occasion so a ubenya bi wo Sako Pharmacy Kings Walk Heba Nana Boache Heba ubenya bi ewo Angel Heba edoso tamekasa mebobo ni nyina yenko na emom no de mebobo kire wei no mepesa wo de wani kire ho na wokọ ana wura drugstore na sa pharmacy bi ana shop bi na kire se o pe traders eneda TV ne so no wo be hu se eye traders charcoal powder ne color ne bibia no ofra wo benya bi ewo ho
but see numbers ne so biem
okay number no 0555
0555
130
130
230
230
0555
0555
130
130
230
230
ana 0558
0558
899
899
202
202
0558
0558
899
899
202
202
eho na ubenya ye doso baby abefa bia ubenya bi tema akra baby a ye
bedase mama damesha abisi amede wasi mede de Kwame Appiah Kubi Mr. Speaker. It is only 32 after 9. Thank you so much, and let me say a very, very big thank you to the sports team. So Joe comes up next with Medford Action together with the entire crew and to stay with them from now to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, I feel breaking news, about betua. So I don't any our China, Yabesan, so anywhere dear share ever matching Jumbe Diaz. Me de Kwame Appiah Kubi Mr. Speaker, on behalf of my team. Good morning. God bless you. Stay blessed.